I ain't got my microphone so you can see that bitch.
You are now witnessing an exclusive episode on the English Corner podcast. You already know who it is. I am your host, the legend Todd Finney himself. In the building with me, I got some familiar faces again. In the middle, please welcome former fighter Mike No Joke Stewart. Mike, what's good?
Man, I'm 10 toes above ground.
All right. And on the bottom, man, I got the guy Pash Nima in the building. Pash Nima, what's good?
Well, I'm so happy that we got to do this again, bro. But trying to get us all back together and do this, and we just like finally make it happen. I love it.
Facts. Like before we get into it, man, Mike, first I want to thank you, for telling me to reach out to John Scully. Like I said, man, I reached out to him. We made an interview happen just like that.
Let me tell you something. John Scully's he's one of the most connected boxers in the country. John Scully is. That's my man. You know what I mean? He gets everybody together and takes us up to Deer Lake every year to the Muhammad Ali training camp. And he gets like Junior Jones, Iran Barkley. I mean, he brings them all up there, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's definitely got some connections for sure. And at Pash Neiman, man, I want to thank you, for making this happen, bringing this all together again, man. So salute to you.
Thanks, bro. Mike is always down and I'm always down and I love it. And we just want to fucking blow this shit up for you.
Yeah. All right. So, how'd you guys' days going?
Sure. I mean, I've been laid off from work because of the weather a little bit, you know what I mean? But I'm supposed to be going back in a day or two. So if not this week, next week for sure. You know what I'm saying?
No, that shit saddens me that you still got to do that, bro. We got to find you a better way to make money.
I mean, I make real good money what I do, though. So, but I mean, in the wintertime, it kills us. You know what I'm saying? So, look, I'm not hurting though because I have money in the bank. If I went out on disability right now, my Social Security is $4,035 a month. And my disability is another $2,000, and then I got a couple pensions. So I'm only 46, but I can't do that because I need benefits and stuff. So
you're not one of those guys that was real dumb with your money either.
Nah, I try to save everything. I gave it all to my wife so I wouldn't blow it.
And you also didn't have like evil, corrupt managers that were trying to steal everything from you either, which a lot of these guys have.
No, I had. Let me tell you something. Knock on wood, I had some good managers. I had guys that really took care of me. So. You know what I mean?
Yeah, stand-up people. That's the thing with this boxing. But people don't realize boxing is an good old boy network. Like there ain't that many new faces. Like everybody knows each other because they've been here for a long time. Scully and all these people, and they trust each other. It's a old network. So really, once you get in there, you got everybody. Todd.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of the guys that we coming up when I was coming up as a kid, a lot of the old timers are gone. But the guys that were coming up with me, they're now they're in the forefront of it. You know what I'm saying? And like they got Mike Tyson boxing this Jake Paul dude or whoever the dude is. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to figure out. I mean, I heard that Mike's getting less money than him.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, that's because Jake Paul owns the promotion company. It's his. He's the one giving Mike the money.
Yeah, I saw that, man. And I was just with Mike Tyson's father-in-law. His name is Sam Sedin. He's from Philadelphia, and Sam Sedin's my main man. And he told me Mike's doing good down there, and but he's married to Sam Sedin's daughter.
See, I didn't know that, bro. You know more people than I do because I had no idea who she was.
Yeah, he's married to Kiki. That's Sam Sedin's daughter, and he's from Philadelphia.
Hey, real talk, we got to get Mike on Ty's podcast right here. We got to get Mike on here.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, let him get past this Jake Paul thing. I see. Yep. I talk to Alameen, Sam Sedin's nephew, all the time. It's my main man, and I just did a side job for him in Philly. He's got a little general contracting company, but I got Sam Sedin's number too, and I'll try to link that all up together.
Yeah, let's get Ty's numbers up a little bit more so we don't look crazy when we offer Mike a spot on the podcast.
Well, I tell people when I'm coming on, you know what I mean? You tell me this time I didn't get to tell many people because it was sort of short notice.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
we'll do better about that too. We'll do better about that. We can plan these things way in advance, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you got to give me a little heads up, and then I'll start talking to people and see what to see if I can get them on, like Tim Witherspoon or Ivan Robinson or Bernard Hopkins.
I'll be telling him Bernard Hopkins is right here in Delaware, like he's always right here, and he's accessible.
Yeah, let me tell you something.
I don't know.
His old sparring partner that he was in Graterford with, Jeff Gant. Son got killed, the rapper in Philadelphia. That Meek Mills tweeted about it. That's Jeff Gant's son.
You talking about Snoop?
Yeah, and
all he wanted was a coup.
Bernard will be there. Bernard will be at the thing tomorrow. Tomorrow's the funeral.
Now, Lil Snoop died forever ago. That must be a different rapper then. What rapper are you talking about?
I posted it today on my Facebook. I can't remember. I don't know the kid. I just know it's Jeff's son.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And he got killed, and Jeff just texted me, and
this was just a couple days ago.
Yeah, it just happened. Not just happened. He's got it, and they already got the things, the funeral lined up. Man, it sucks, man, because Jeff been locked up for 30 years since he helped Bernard get ready for Roy Jones, the first fight.
Yeah,
that was
the one where Roy Jones beat his ass, right?
Yeah, he beat Bernard that first fight. You know what I mean?
Beat him badly. It was ugly. It was an ugly fight. But
Roy said that was the toughest fight he had.
That's another thing. You can get in touch with Roy too, because you used to be under his promotional banner, weren't you?
Yeah, I talk to Coach Merck all the time.
Yeah, let me ask you.
But somebody hacked my Facebook, so now I got to go get all these guys back on my page.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, what happened?
Well, I don't know. So what happened? I got to arguing with two idiots on there. Somebody reported me. I get a 6 month I get a 6 month Facebook ban in jail, right? And then I got hacked all at the same time. So I just started a whole new page.
You know what? I'm going to do that myself anyway. Start a whole new page. It don't matter. As long as I mean, we found each other pretty quick. I don't know how many of your other friends haven't found you yet, but we can put the word out right now. Mike's got a new Facebook page because he got hacked. I just don't. Let me tell you something. That was your first mistake. Don't argue with motherfuckers online about anything ever.
No, I know because there's some idiots out there, brother, that don't know history, don't know facts, they don't know laws.
But listen, Mike. Listen, my history, as much of that is a lie, and you got to realize that everybody only understands things from their own perspective. So I know. I try to accept people for where their journey is at. And I damn sure don't waste my motherfucking time arguing with them. I drop seeds of truth and walk the fuck off, and you'll figure it out eventually. You'll figure it out.
Hey, Ty, and Chase, I'm gonna tell you something. So I'm a direct descendant of John Brown, the guy that started the Civil War.
I know you're related to every famous person on earth.
You know what I'm saying? And my grandmother just passed away, and she was the last one with the Brown name. You know what I'm saying?
I saw your Facebook post about it.
Yeah, and so I sort of take it to heart when people talk what they don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
Okay, I see. So he was talking shit about your actual family. It kind of hit home.
Well, he just saying this, that, and all this other. Just people are just idiots, man. And it's hard to do, but look.
Sometimes they're not even idiots. They just want to fucking fuck with you and bring you distraction and bring you negative energy. Sometimes they don't even believe the shit that they say to themselves.
No doubt. Now, hey, but back to boxing. What do you think about them giving Jake Paul all this money to fight this Mike Tyson?
Well, that's what I'm saying. See, ain't nobody giving him no money. He created the company and pays himself.
No, yeah. He's paying himself,
so that's different, and that's also in this stupid ass money world we live in. It's like it was a good move. But
no, I know good business move for him. But
but I mean, he's been doing. Because they got people behind him. But his brother, they have smart business people behind them, just like fucking Floyd Mayweather did.
Yeah. So I got to get you hooked up with Uncle Jeff Mayweather.
Yeah. I remember you telling me you were trying to make something happen with him. Yeah, we could talk about that off camera though.
Yeah, I got you. I'm just saying I'd like to get you hooked up with him. I talked to him the other day.
All right,
you know what I'm saying? So, but what else you got going on, Todd? Talk to me.
Yeah, man, I was gonna get into this.
This thing. Am I still there?
Yeah, you're here.
Yeah, I was gonna get into this thing with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. Like, people are saying he's going through like a mental crisis, But I'm hearing on a video that Oscar De La Hoya saying this is just all in that.
I can't hear nothing.
All right. Yeah, I'm hearing that Oscar De La Hoya saying he's doing all this. It's just an act. But I mean, I don't get it. I mean, is he doing this to bring more eyes to the sport or bring more eyes to his fight, on fight night? I mean, because he's tweeting the craziest things.
I'm gonna tell you something. I think Garcia's got a tough fight with Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? I think Garcia's got a real tough fight with that. I mean, that's a tough fight for Garcia. I mean, is Garcia De La Hoya's guy?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a tough fight, and I mean, and De La Hoya knows that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Haney ain't no sucker, man. Now listen, Haney against Gervonta Davis, I think that's a good fight.
Yeah, I do too, but I don't. At this point, man, I don't think it's gonna happen. Haney's what Top Rank, and it seems like PBC is really protecting Tank because he's like the cash cow.
Yeah, I get you there. I know. Gervonta's trainer, Kenny Ellis. That's my main man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I known Kenny a long time, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He's a solid dude, and
right.
that's why I like Tank Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, he just sent me a thing saying send you another link or something.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, I got you.
But I'm finna jump in the shower, dog. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I mean, I'm glad you called me so I could get on this podcast with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keep punching. I'm saying, take Mike Tyson is probably gonna stop this idiot, that kid he's fighting. You're not Jake Paul.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think Devin Haney is going to beat the brakes off Ryan Garcia. Now, I think Devin Haney is going to have a real tough fight if him and Gervonta Davis fights. That could be a fight of the year, though.
Yeah, they released the footage of them sparring, but they're saying the sparring was like years ago. And they were saying Tank was like in his young 20s and Devin Haney was like a teenager. And it showed that Tank was getting the best of him in sparring, but that footage just got released not too long ago. I mean, I don't know why it was released. I guess it was released because of this build-up between Ryan and Devin, and somebody leaked this video. And
I saw that sparring match.
Okay.
And I saw Gervonta chasing them all around the ring.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. I mean, I like Gervonta because he's a Baltimore boy. You know what I mean? My whole family's either from Maryland or Jersey. You know what I'm saying? My pop is from down Baltimore.
Yeah, I just fucking lost all that shit because I fucking lost the service for a second.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Todd, listen, I'm finna jump in the shower. Chase, I'm finna jump in the shower, dog.
Damn, you about to jump off already? We just got.
Yeah, we've been on for 20 minutes almost.
All right, well, you gonna come back? Or not?
Well, how long you staying on though, Todd?
Right, we'll be on still when you.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, because I got to get in the shower. I got to get up first thing in the morning. I'm supposed to go up to the Union Hall and see if about the work.
Oh, say less. All right, I feel you. All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Come back off if you want to. If not, I'll get it, and then I'll contact you. We can make
on the next one though. I'll let me know a little bit ahead of time because this was
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, Todd, this was a little put together fast. The next one, let me know a couple days ahead of time, and we'll make it happen.
All right, got you.
All right.
All right, bro. All right.
All right, man. Y'all be safe.
All right, love you, dog.
All right, dog. You too, brother.
You there, Ty?
Yeah.
Yo, fucking, I didn't know he was gonna jump off so quick. That's my fucking boy, though. I just gotta say that's like, that's like one of my we have became like, I mean, we're not like super close. We don't see each other, but like, just like I don't know. He's just, and like as the years have progressed, he's just a fucking down ass dude. He'll always fucking come on the show with us. He'll give you. Bro, listen, because I've been doing this boxing shit. Wait, you know that because you got inspired when you was watching me do it. Look, you could ask Mike or Tyner basically, but between those two people, dog, you have access to every single human being that's important in boxing. You just gotta the 5 degrees of separation type stuff. And you know what? He seems seemingly eager and stuff to help you out with that. So just don't be afraid to hit him up when you need like a guest. Don't do it like you know what I mean, like you need it because obviously you don't need it, but like when you want to get a guest or whatever, like he can get you the biggest names in boxing, get your numbers up. We get some Mike Tyson out here popping off.
Yeah,
and we've been talking about that for years. And
for sure.
There ain't no time, but yo, I'm proud of you with this podcast. It's beautiful. I didn't know he was gonna jump off so quick. We can still talk about what he was talking about. So tell me what you think about the daggone Jake Paul, Mike Tyson thing, honestly.
Like, man, like when I first heard the news, man, I didn't like it at all.
You wasn't happy at all when you first heard it, but as time went on, you changed your mind a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna watch it, but obviously. I mean, let's be realistic, man. Jake Paul is 27.
That's ever happened, huh?
Yeah,
and on Netflix. Nobody's ever done that before with boxing, right?
Yeah, he's 27 and Tyson is 57, so it's a 30-year age difference. And I'm hearing it's going to be an exhibition, and they most likely going to wear like headgear and everything. So when I heard that, that makes me even less interested in it. But yeah,
I mean, these are speculations. This is what I believe, and I understand kind of the industry a little bit, maybe. But this is what's. But I don't actually understand what's going on now because when I covered boxing and was going to all the big fights and doing interviews, there wasn't any YouTubers in the sport. That's a new kind of thing. So it does throw it off as a different element. But this is how I feel about the whole situation, honestly. And I wanted to talk about this. So I'm glad we're doing this boxing podcast. Because all of a sudden I had all this boxing stuff come up. But here's the thing. It's a lose-lose for Jake Paul. First of all, you have to give him props on the fact that, like, even Mike worded it wrong, and I had to correct him. Like, listen, ain't nobody giving Jake Paul nothing. He created all this shit. So based on that, give him props business-wise or whatever, even though this is a corrupt world and money isn't real. But here's the thing. It's a lose-lose in terms of his boxing career. Now, when Mike was talking about it, he was pretty much almost, I'm not going to put words in his mouth. It seemed like we didn't get a fish conversation, but it seemed like he was alluding to the fact that, like, who the fuck even is this guy, man? Like, he says, but here's the thing. At this point, and he got beat by Tyson Fury's little brother. He got humbled a little bit. Mm-hmm. He's a real boxer now. I don't care what he was. They're putting all these little memes about what he was when he's 18. He's a legit boxer now. Let me tell you something. I was there when they was getting people their records 10-0, 12-0, 15-0, 20-0. Mike Stewart, anyone will tell you, there was a fight. No, they're fighting people way worse than his caliber at this point. If a pony's fighting, like, some of them are in MMA, or is he fighting Nate Diaz? I mean, whatever. He's fighting like people that are legit. So at this point, you can't even say nothing about who is he, boxer type shit. That's just dead. Because he's an actual legit like contender in the sport of boxing now. And all you need is be able to get like fans and put tickets in the seats, and that's legitimately all you need. So here's the thing with that. But it's a lose-lose because why the fuck you want to fight Mike Tyson so bad? He's old as shit, right? And everybody loves him now. It's the same case as with George Foreman when he fought later on in life. We didn't like George Foreman when he fought Muhammad Ali. We liked him when he was fighting the second time around 94 for the heavyweight. So at this point, the world is rooting for Mike Tyson. They don't want to see him get hurt or nothing like that. So God forbid he goes out there, beats an old-ass Mike Tyson, which is nothing that, an old-ass Mike Tyson will beat the fuck out of me any day. Probably when he's 97, like I wouldn't want to get in the ring with him. But like, if he wins, he hurt this fucking legend where I'm at him. If he loses, it's like, bro, you let that old ass do. Like, how does he really win in this scenario in terms of like his career? I think he like is monetizing maybe extra on it, and that shows you where his values are. I'm sure the fucking Tate brothers would make fun of him with that because his values are obviously lined in with the money, not his like legacy in boxing career, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm also positive that you're right. Of course they have. Of course. See, here's the thing: Logan Paul does all that WWE, and they take that. I'm not saying that these fights are completely fixed or nothing. But I guarantee you there's a clause and there's some fucking face-to-face talk about, hey, look, let's make sure Mike doesn't get hurt in this, like, real bad. I guarantee you that's, like, something they're saying.
That's what everybody's saying, man. They're saying is, I'm hearing that it's an exhibition. It's not going to really be a winner. It's not going to really be a loser.
Yeah, so I'm saying it's a lose-lose. Like the only thing is it's a win is if Tyson beats the shit out of him and we're all happy. But then Jake doesn't win. I'm guessing he just have a comeback at that point or whatever. I don't know. It's wild, but I'm not as upset about it anymore as maybe everybody is still or at first because you can't come out just like Jake Paul ain't no real fighter. What's happening in the sport type shit? He's a legit fighter now, no matter what. If he wasn't, he definitely wasn't at first, but he is now. So fuck that. But how the fuck you gonna look? I know about this because in Dover, out of Mike Stewart headline, because just little do y'all people know, the boy Mike Stewart was just on here, was the biggest boxer in Delaware ever. He had all the tickets. He went overseas, fought Sean Bay Mitchell, Ricky Hatton. There's no other boxer that's loved like Mike Stewart in Delaware, and that was bigger than him when it comes to like fights, ticket sales, all that. He was on the Contender on ESPN and all that shit. So I forgot why I was even saying that though about Mike. Oh yeah. Oh shit, I forgot. Damn, I lost my train of thought. Oh, whatever. Why was I saying that about Mike?
Yeah, but far as Tyson and Paul,
I remember
like that. I think it all really started. Like we go back to Floyd Mayweather and McGregor back in 2017. That's kind of what basically got this ball rolling with all these YouTubers and MMA guys.
Who
and
did
all
it?
That.
Who'd you say it was, son?
Floyd Mayweather and McGregor. I mean, once that happened,
okay.
that kind of opened the door for all these fights that we're getting now, in my opinion.
It opened up for non-conventional boxing matches, but McGregor ain't no YouTuber, so it's different in that sense. I mean, he's legit the best UFC fighter in his division at the time, right? Or maybe he had just got beat, but he was either way. He was like one of the biggest ones in the sport. Jake Paul literally before he started taking steroids and shit was just a little like gay kid, almost seemingly. Like no offense to gay people, but he was just like a little like a. Obviously, he wasn't doing Mike Tyson was doing when he was 18. They were doing completely different things. But now he's got himself in a mindset in the gym, got a little steroids, whatever. Got himself a whole bunch of people that he's beat legitimately in boxing. And that's why it's corny for him to fight a 60-year-old Mike Tyson, because who the fuck does that? Nobody else wants to do that. You ever heard any other boxer come be like, let's get this old ass Mike? This is why, and I remember my train of thought. This is why it's so important. Because do you remember? So at when Mike Stewart was headlining these cards in Dover, we were selling a lot of tickets at the Dover Downs, and I was like aligned with his manager or whatever. There's a boxer named Bernard Miller. He's still a trainer to this day in Dover, Delaware, I believe. I'm sure he is. I should reach out to him. Haven't talked to him in a while. But he was, listen to this, okay? And this is a different commission, because we had in Delaware, I believe we was going under PA, we was going under Greg Serve, which everybody has their problems with him. He was very strict on us about letting Bernard fight. I think Bernard was only, God, I don't want to fucking misquote how old Bernard was. Bernard was like almost 50, but he wasn't quite 50 when we were having these fights. So let's say 48, 49. And Greg Serve almost didn't let him happen. Me and Keith, and this is when I was close to with Mike Stewart's manager Keith, who's a great guy. We haven't talked to him a long time either. But I was like right there with him while we had to pick the opponents and stuff. And with the Tiberian matchmaker, they had to get him the Walking Dead, he called it, like somebody who ain't gonna be able to put a fight up to even let Bernard fight. Bernard was in shape and was only like 48. So the fact that he's coming in, like you said, if it's an exhibition, maybe whatever, but as a real sanctioned boxing match, back in the day, and for certainly that shit would not fly on the East Coast with Greg serving them, because what would happen is if it gets injured in there, or like God forbid dies or something, they'll have them motherfucking commissioner's head forever. They'll never live it down. So because I tell them all the time, these people they can't be competing. There's a 31-year age difference in that fight, so it's crazy because of those reasons. As far as I'm concerned, got me a little hyped up. But at the end of the day, Mike Tyson just smashes him, so we can all just laugh about it, and they laugh all the way to the bank.
Yeah, like I said, man, we just gotta wait to like the upcoming week or the next days to see like what it's really gonna be. Like I said, I heard it's gonna be an exhibition. It's not gonna be no winner or loser. But they
don't even know that yet. If it's gonna be a real fight or if it's gonna be an exhibition, they don't even know that yet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild. I didn't know that. Yeah, you'd be giving me news because I don't be knowing that. That's wild. They should know that already. I guess it don't matter to them. They're just going after the money. They don't really give a shit about the boxing record of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, like I was just talking about, they might almost be forced to do something like that, because then they can get away with the legalities of being like, yo, don't really fight for real. Like, don't hurt this motherfucker no matter what. And then that's kind of more of in terms of you don't want to say the word fix, but like a line fight. Because I tell you what, like, and I never really had a problem with Greg Serber. I tell you what, that shit would not fly on the East Coast. They wouldn't sanction a fight with nobody that old to fight somebody that young. That'd be not. Hell no. Greg Serber wouldn't do that shit. Nope. So they almost might be forced into some exhibition type of shit, because honestly, I don't even know who the commissioner is at out in Vegas, or is that where they're gonna have it in Vegas?
Nah, they're gonna have it in Texas, Dallas, Texas, at the football stadium, Arlington.
Okay.
The AT&T Stadium.
Okay, that's dope. All right, cool. So I don't know. I really don't know anything about the Texas commissioner, and that might be the wildest one in the country. I don't know anything about the Texas commissioner. I have to call my buddy Vic Iwasaki, who's a referee. He's a good friend of mine. He was a referee in Delaware, Pennsylvania, Florida, New York, and I'll ask him what's going on with the Texas commissioner. I guarantee he knows about it. He'll come on this show and talk about it too. I guarantee you. I'm gonna give him a call when we end it. Now that you got me now that you got me all back in my boxing.
I appreciate it. Yeah, but like far as B Hop, man, B Hop just aged differently. He just aged way differently than most fighters, man. Like he had a lot of success in his 40s, man. Like,
bro, I was in awe of B Hop because that was my era. Because when I was doing boxing press, matter of fact, I was doing boxing. The furthest I got in boxing press, I was working for FightHype.com, freelance, and he paid no money. But I'll give them their credit. I only really was getting access to these events because of Ben Thompson at Fight Hype. But I got to be there for like one of his last fights and be in the training camp, be in the press workout, be standing right next to him, do a bunch of interviews with him. For I can't remember which fight. I sent you the video. Which fight was that? It was like one of his almost his last ones. Yeah, I'm so grateful for that because he was an amazing. He was a fucking animal. Like the way that he lasted really, and it started when he beat the shit out of Kelly Pavlik. That's when it started. That's when everybody's like, God damn. Because he made Kelly Pavlik look like he never boxed before in his whole goddamn life. B-Hop, Philadelphia. He lives in Delaware, too. You got to get him on the show. Props to B-Hop. Yeah, he was amazing. People don't age like him, and it didn't end good for him. He was a lot younger than Tyson when that motherfucker got knocked out of the ring. You know what I mean? I love you, dog, but you know what it is. Like that. You know what I mean? He was a lot younger. He wasn't sick. What is Tyson gonna be? 58?
Yeah, he's 57 right now.
That's wild, bro. Yeah, I can. Yo. Bernard was old, but he wasn't that old when he quit. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but he was like a little younger than that. Like,
I think he stopped. He had his last fight around like 48 or 49, something like that.
Yeah, but he got beat bad twice at the end. He fell out the ring on the last one, so you can't let him off. You can't let him off like a fight again. Not listen. He's from Pennsylvania, so he knows Greg Sir. He knows that shit wouldn't fly, bro. You can't be fighting when you're not on and you've shown shit like that. They're not gonna sanction that if they're trying to be legitimate people who do things correctly and with some like due diligence. I don't know what they do anywhere else. I really only knew about the commissions I dealt with out here. But yeah, we were just much more strict. Greg didn't play no games. There wasn't gonna be no funny business. No, everybody was gonna be covered in terms of liability, and we're gonna let no crazy shit happen. Yeah, because he really almost didn't let Bernard Miller fight that last fight. Last two fights, he was just giving us a lot of shit and just making sure that everything's good with him. Because really, if an old boxer goes in that ring and gets hurt real bad, who do you think they're gonna say didn't do their fucking job, bro? The matchmaker and most importantly, the commissioner. And Greg Service is never going to let that happen. So I don't know, bro. Hopefully it will be an exhibition, honestly, because then I'll be kind of knowing that they're going to take care of Tyson. Because real talk, just because I know the world, I guarantee there's some type of talk on paper or not where they're like, look, bro, don't beat the shit out of Mike Tyson. Like, no matter what, if you like hurt Mike Tyson, it's not going to look good for you. I guarantee somebody better be telling him that, because if not, he's got people around him that don't care about his well-being. Because it is wild. I don't know why he wants to fight Tyson so bad. Like, that was the thing. I guess it's for the money. Like, but is there really nobody else that can bring as much money as Tyson right now fighting? I don't know. I don't pay no attention to that.
Yeah, it's most likely for the money, man. Because the last guy he fought.
You're telling me that Mike Tyson, who hasn't fought in 30 years, could bring in out of nowhere a higher gate than the heavyweights of the division today? That just seems wild to me. But I don't know anything about what's going on in the division today. Honestly, I get my information. Just want to talk to you. And when I get excited about this stuff, because I did kind of leave that behind me, that world, I left it to you. You're going to be the heir to the boxing throne for the East Coast, Delaware and Maryland. But I do get excited when I talk to you about this stuff, bro. I don't know. You got to tell me, you got to text me when you find out if it's going to be sanctioned by the Texas Commission or if it's going to be some type of an exhibition, man. Because
I'll keep you posted on it. But, Tyson did this with Roy Jones a few years ago.
You mean when they fought? Yeah, but nobody really won or got hurt, right? I don't really.
Nah, not really.
I mean, but that's a good synopsis of what happened, because I didn't actually watch it. I'm guessing.
Yeah, it wasn't like nobody really got hurt, man. It was just
nobody really won. No one really decisively beat the other one, and nobody got hurt either.
Nah.
See, that's the name of the game in the exhibition. People, if you look at this shit, it's very funny. So that's probably going to be kind of what happens with this fight if it gets set as an exhibition, which it should, because goddamn it, I stand with the position that you can't ever actually have a boxing commissioner sanction a fight with somebody who's 58. And I'm just naive to actually knowing the truth. I'm sure there's people out there, probably Ellie Sackman or Ness from Boxing Rings, probably throwing stuff to the screen right now because they already know the. I'm just speculating because I really don't follow shit like that anymore. I'm just speculating. It all seems a little bit wild to me, and it's wild to me that he can come with that much money. Is he really like? Okay, tell me something, Ty. Who's the top like 3 heavyweights in America right now?
Man, I would say Wilder just took a beating. So Wilder.
Yeah, but I know about Wilder. Give me ones I don't know. So no Wilder.
All right, Jared Anderson.
Who?
Jared Anderson. He's out of Ohio.
I don't know. Great. Ohio. Hilarious. Where in Ohio?
I'm not even sure, man.
Yeah, I usually have my thing. I have to look at this.
I'm not sure what part of Ohio he's from, but he actually fights next month. But
who's he fighting?
He's fighting a guy named Neri or something like that. I am honestly not familiar with him.
Okay, so kind of an unknown guy.
Yeah, he's kind of unknown, but I will say that Jared Anderson did beat Charles Martin. You know, I mean, he wasn't no great champion or nothing like that, but he still was a former champion. He's
what we call a gatekeeper. He's someone you got to beat if you want to think you're gonna go to the next level, like a Zab Judah or he's somebody that like it turns into a gatekeeper. Yeah, he's Charles Martin, but I've heard it, but he's lost a lot. He's lost all his biggest fights, right?
Yeah. He lost against Anthony Joshua. So I'm gonna keep it real, man. It don't seem like
Joshua just knocked the homeboy out from the UFC, right? Ngannou.
Yeah, Ngannou. Yeah, that was bad, bro.
Crazy.
That's like
wasn't that in the first or second round? What round was that? That's wild to me. Because look, you know what everybody was saying? Joe Rogan, everybody was saying right before that fight happened. They were like, "Yo, have you seen his neck? There's no way. Like, there's no way you're knocking him out." And then he come out there in the beginning was just like, bing, and knocked that dude out. You didn't think really was gonna fold because of that neck. That shit had nothing to do with it though. When Joshua clocked his ass. Honestly, I didn't know Joshua was that strong.
Yeah, Joshua, man.
He's the best heavyweight in the world then, huh?
Yeah, right. Like, Joshua's been on a nice run, man. His past 3 fights, he got all stoppages. He's fought, like, 4 times in the past year. So he's on a nice run, man. Like,
you talking about Wilder right now?
Not Wilder, Anthony Joshua.
Oh, Anthony Joshua. Okay.
Yeah, Wilder just took a beating, man. Like, and Wilder hasn't been looking good, man. So
you know what's funny as shit? When I stopped, like, kind of left the boxing world, those motherfuckers that's who was boxing then. I was at a Wilder fight event where Wilder was there, or he was just SMO's event. I don't even know if it was his event, but he was already like fighting in, and Anthony Joshua, they were already like the heavyweights. I think when I left Klitschko, one of my biggest last events I covered in New York was Klitschko, but he was like almost done by then. And then yeah. Yo, isn't Steve Cunningham the cruiserweight? He's now a heavyweight, right? That's pretty good.
Steve Cunningham was he was a cruiserweight and he like moved up to heavyweight.
Because he's just naturally a lot better than those guys, even though he's smaller. Because he's always been pretty talented. He didn't have a way to show it. That's what's up. Did he lose his last fight, or who did he fight?
Yeah, Cunningham. I think he don't fight anymore, but he got dropped by Tyson Fury. That was when Tyson Fury had hair.
That comeback, that's crazy. Yo, didn't Tyson Fury take like a whole bunch of years off?
Yeah. Who, Fury?
No, I just thought. I mean, because I really don't. But I just be hearing like little things. I thought Tyson Fury kind of like, I don't know, turned to drugs for a while or something, lost himself, and come back a couple of years later.
Yeah, he after the Klitschko fight, like he stopped boxing like due to like he was saying mental health, alcoholism, stuff like that. But when he made a nice comeback, man. Like I said, he had 3 fights with Wilder. Like, to me, he beat Wilder all 3 of them. Like, the first one was a draw, but the last 2 he stopped Wilder in both of them fights. And he's getting ready to fight Usyk in May.
Who's that? Usyk.
He's the guy. He was a cruiserweight and he moved up to heavyweight.
Okay,
and he's the one that beat Joshua 2 times.
Yeah, he was there when I left too. Honestly, I don't remember what year it was when I left, but these boxers be lasting because it was all the same ones.
Yeah, but
and you know what makes me mad though, thinking about these English boxers, because I didn't realize Anthony Joshua was really still like at the top of the division. But yo, these English boxers be doing that shit. Ricky had him and my favorite fighter in the world, and I'm so mad. And you know why I'm so mad, bro? Because he was literally the best fighter maybe in the world ever, bro. Or he at least could have fooled you. And he fucking never came back. Got fat, never came back, which is Prince Nassim Hamed. He's the only one from the Burton that was that exciting, that good, that amazing, and he fucking couldn't man up after getting humbled. Bitch ass. No, you a bitch ass dude, really. Like, how you not gonna? The dude, Barrera came in there and fucking took you to boxing school. Dog, take that and come back, you bitch, like we're supposed to. Like the fact that he was that good and talented and didn't, I've been mad ever since. And now he's fat. He looks like Cedric the Entertainer.
Yeah, he gained a lot of weight, but you know what I mean,
Yeah, I
he
don't
don't
care.
box
I'm
no
going
more.
on.
So
We'll be
life
doing
goes
this.
on, man. You know, these fighters like years and years later, man, they gain weight and stuff. So
At one time, Floyd Mayweather was trying to get the press and everybody to get him a fucking Prince Nassim fight. That would have been crazy. But that was when Floyd was real small.
yeah, but far as Bihar, when he got knocked out the ring, man, that was by Joe Smith. Yeah, Joe Smith took a beating not too long ago.
I guess everything ends. Did he make it that long? He made it till just now, before he got really beat real bad.
Who, Hawkins or Smith?
No, Smith.
Well, Smith, like he got stopped by the guy that Scully is training, and it was, I would say, maybe like a year or two ago or something like that. And he stopped him. He stopped him in the second round. But the guy Scully is training, man, he's got his name Arthur Betterbeard, man. He's got like 20 wins with 20 knockouts, and check it out. The dude is 39, and he's got 20 wins.
Somebody linked in his box rec, so I don't forget, because I mean, Scully was always, he's an East Coast boxing guy forever. I love that. I didn't think he was training people. I don't know why, but so he's got a fighter that's doing really well then, or semi well at the top of the sport.
He's pretty much at the top.
Yeah, that's what's up. That makes me fucking proud. Actually, I'm proud of everybody from like around here.
Yeah,
and they're all still around, bro. We gotta get Bernard on here. I gotta get you in touch with my boy Vic Iwasaki. Great dude, referee on like 5 states commissions, like more than most people, and just has a shit ton of experience. And he knows a lot of people, and he'll come on here and talk some shit. I guarantee he will. Give you some connects too. And he's like an actual friend of mine. Like he knows my dad. He's been in my house. Like, he's a good friend. I love Vic. I haven't talked to these guys in so long. You'd be getting me excited, kind of coming back into it. Motherfuckers don't even remember that I was, like, at one time, like, really into the boxing shit heavy.
Yeah, so, like, let's get into this. Let's get into the Broner thing. Like, tell me what you was hearing about Broner.
All right, so here's the thing. Okay, so Broner. So this is the only stuff I know about boxing right now, and it be hyping me up, so I be wanting to talk about it. I didn't watch it on purpose, but, you be on YouTube or whatever. Gilly on $1 Million Worth of Gang. Gilly Wilder, shouts to the 215. I can't wait till I go on their show. But AB was on there, and that was a while ago now. That wasn't like super recent. I don't know when that was, but AB was on there. I believe, what do I be knowing? But I believe that's when the world and anybody who's not like super into the Vegas like money team or whatever, and with AB, that Haney sparred with Tank and he beat his ass and he dropped him and all that shit.
Yeah.
I think it was what I be knowing, but I think it was the first time we found out about that because he was talking about it on that podcast. But he weirded me out in that podcast. Some of the shit that he was saying, I guess it kind of blew me away a little bit. Because he was just talking about, like, because I know Broner. I showed you that video I just did. He was one of my, like, kind of, one of my favorite, like, interviews I ever did at these big boxing press events with AB. And fucking, he was talking on Gilly and Wallo's podcast, like, reckless about his own financial self. Like, he was like, I guess, and this shit would just bug me out I'll find out soon how crazy it is. But like, we were just talking to Mike Stewart, and we had good people around us. He had good people around him. We didn't have like shady ass, like crooks trying to get him and shit. But actually, what was he talking about? I forgot. I don't even remember. Something else.
Yeah, man. Broner, like,
Broner.
He signed with Don King.
So I remember. My bad. Listen, he fucking said that he just calls Al Heyman. He was like, yeah, I don't know how much money I have. Like, he basically, what he said to me was, I don't got nothing to do with my money. I trust Al, and I literally call him and say, yo, can I have 5,000? He's like, no, you don't have it. Like, how the fuck you don't? First of all, you just let them pay you whatever they want? That shit just bugs me out, honestly. He basically made it sound like he was 100% a slave to his, like, team and his management, which was whoever, I guess it was Al Heyman and them. I'm not saying nothing crazy about them, but it's his fault. Because trust Floyd knows his fucking money and shit. Like, people know their money, and then he just made himself sound so fucking stupid to me Like, bro, like real talk, bro. You gotta be in charge of your own money, homie. You can't be calling another man on some dame that shit to ask him to. You got some money, bro. That shit hurt my heart. And no, Gillian ain't say shit about it. Ain't nobody be talking the real shit. Cause I looked him right dead in this motherfucker and I said, "Hey, big, are you telling me that you don't know what's in your accounts? You don't know what you're getting paid. You don't know where it's at, how much you got left. You don't know how to do a ledger or check the fucking app on your phone. You can't figure out and keep in charge of your own money. It's just fucking wild to me and bugging me out." But that was a while ago. But anyway, listen. That's brought me to this. So that's where he said Haney and Tank sparring whatever, whoever got the best of who. So correct me if I'm wrong. Haney fights my man Ryan Garcia next month.
Yep.
Facts. Now I'm really excited about this one.
Yeah, it's April 20th in Barclays Center in Brooklyn.
That's my spot. Ty, if you want, I help you. But you're gonna call and get yourself press events for this because you're a boxing podcast. You're about to grow up even bigger. And all we got to do is put the phone calls into the right people. I promise you, they'll give you a pass, bro. And if they don't, they'll know your name, and you're gonna do it next time. Eventually, they're gonna give you a pass, and that's how we do it. But that's where I did one of my last big boxing events that kind of brings back like whatever nostalgia when I think about boxing was Barclays Center, Brooklyn. First fight height. It was I don't even know who was fighting back then. Actually, but that's where I met AB that night and did the interview. But it must have been a smaller HBO fight. I don't even remember who it was.
I think
you know who was? Danny Jacobs and Danny Garcia fought. Not each other, but they fought in the card.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. He's still fighting, right? Danny Garcia from Philly?
Danny Garcia hasn't fought in a minute, and like I said, he just had a promotion card in Atlantic City, so it looks like he's dealing with more the promotion side. But it's been rumored that he's supposed to make a return, but I mean, I don't have the full details on that. But I mean, he just put it together his first promotion card, and to me, it was successful. So
yeah, I love that because that's that AB stuff. Like, look at what Danny Garcia is doing. I bet you knows where his money's at. He fucking just started his own. Like, yeah, that's what they all need to be doing. And you know what? The people need to be teaching them to do this shit. Shouts out to Mike Stewart. He be getting all these boxers like jobs with the union and shit because they be fucked up in the game thinking they're gonna have money forever. They never make no money in the first place, and they got nowhere to go. And then it's just like I hate that, honestly. Like the sports should have some type of safety net for people who like gave us enjoyment and made us fucking happy, and we know the fights. I think that they should have some type of something. They've been talking about that for years. They don't got nothing for these like boxers. You got to figure out for yourself. Like, but that's what's up. Danny Garcia's got his own promotional company. I don't care if he never fights again.
Yeah, he just started it. So hopefully he'll branch out, other states. But like I said, his first card was in Atlantic City, New Jersey, 2 months ago, and it started off with amateur card. Then it branched off to the pros.
Oh, so that was his first card?
Yeah, that was his first one.
Well, I love that shit. That's just gonna blossom into something amazing. You wanna know why? Because he's a good-hearted individual, and he's smart. He knows where his money is at. He knows to try to check his bank account, and he's gonna figure it out. That makes me happy. I wish everybody would do that, honestly.
Yeah, but I just saw a video of him, in the gym training. So like I said, I heard that he was supposed to be having a fight, but it seemed like it just kept getting pushed back. But I ain't got no details on that. So I mean, I don't know.
Did they have an opponent?
It was Erislandy Lara, the one that fought Canelo.
Oh shit, really? He was gonna come back and fight him?
Yeah, and Lara is like 40 years old now too. So
I don't give a fuck. He's Cuban though. I don't give a fuck. That's crazy. He was just on his first comeback fight. I guess maybe he's shot now. They know more about him than I do.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Yo, let me ask you a question. What about Yuriorkis Gamboa? Is he done with?
Yeah, he's done with, man. They said he had like a hit and run. They said I think he hit somebody in Cuba and like
he's in jail.
He caught up. So yeah.
Is he in jail for real?
I think he's locked up for that.
Oh shit! Dang.
Yeah.
Well,
but Gamboa has been passed around from Haney. Yeah, he's been beat by all the young guys, man. So he was taking a beating in his career. So he didn't need to fight no more.
Who got beat by Haney?
Say that again.
Who'd you say got beat by the young guys?
Gamboa. He got beat by.
Okay.
Yeah, he got beat by Tank. He got beat by Haney. Dude named Isaac Pitbull Cruz. He beat him. Yeah, he was getting beat bad, man. Like these dudes were.
He was at one time like one of the most talented boxers in the sport. Like at one time, I was looking at him like he was the next best thing in the whole world. Everybody was at first.
Yeah, that's when he got smoked by Crawford, and that's like that fight with him and Crawford was crazy good though.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. The same thing with Prince Nassim Hamed, and I'm gonna say it right now. And the only reason I say it disparagingly is because honestly, Prince Nassim Hamed was my favorite boxer. I loved him. He made me so interested. He's one of the reasons I love boxing. The fact that it's like, bro, you're supposed to be a boxer. You're masculine, but you ain't leveled up enough. You ain't ascended high enough to realize that, homie. You gotta look that, be humble about it, and say, oh shit, I wasn't as good as I thought I was. I need to step my shit up and come back and beat the shit out of whoever beat him. And then if I come back and everybody's happy, fucking George Foreman come back like 20 years later, he gets the heavyweight division. It makes me upset when these people are honestly like bitch ass motherfuckers to themselves, bro. Like you're a bitch ass motherfucker to yourself if you don't attempt it. Look at Mike Tyson come back at 58. You don't give a fuck, bro. Like these people are attempting these things. It's like, bro, Prince, you need to get your shit together, you fat dude, and jump in the gym. Come show us how you do it these days because we don't be giving up, man. We dust ourselves off and we try again. And every failure is a stepping stone to success. I want to see everybody win, man.
That's.
But yo, let me ask you something. So when is Haney Ryan Garcia?
April 20th. So we're literally a month away now.
That one's super interesting to me just because of where I was. Because I used to live out there where not right there, but where Ryan Garcia is from in the high desert, California. He's further down. I lived in like Landers, like Joshua Tree, like Yucca. He's like from a further ass whatever town. But man, I'm familiar with like a lot of things, and it's just like there's seemingly a lot going on in his life right now, and I don't like definitely.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Oscar De La Hoya came out and said like Ryan's been tweeting all this crazy stuff lately, but Oscar De La Hoya is saying it's all just an act. So I'm trying to. Why is he doing it then? If it's all just an act. You
mean he's pointing the finger as kind of this conglomerate of evil people that Oscar's one of them?
Yeah, something of that nature, man.
Listen, he knows more about it than we do. I met Oscar. He's a nice dude and all, but honestly, he just what I mean. He ain't seemingly a fully honest person. I think Ryan Garcia is a more honest person. I don't think he's confused about nothing right now. I think people, when people call somebody like crazy or lose their mind, that's like Dave Chappelle said, that's dismissive because you don't understand everything about it. You have your own perception. That's what I was saying to Mike. I can't help but tell people that. You just because you see some things some way and some person has a completely different life experience and see something completely differently, you have to be smart enough to see and understand that and expect everybody to be right where they're at on their own journey and just show love because that's the other way around is to me crazy, but whatever. So listen, I'm excited about that fight.
Yeah, but De La Hoya is just saying
pay-per-view.
Nah, it's not gonna be pay-per-view. It's not pay-per-view.
It's gonna be on what? Well, what's it gonna be on? Because they don't even have HBO no more, right? Or Showtime.
It's on the Zone.
Okay, so that's the big boxing thing now because there's no more HBO or Showtime, right?
Nope.
That's wild. See, when I was doing this, that was the biggest. That's the only people in the game. I can't even imagine like a world where that doesn't exist. Honestly, a boxing world where there's no HBO and no Showtime, no Max Kellerman, no Larry Merchant, none of that.
Yeah, we just got it's pretty much his own ESPN, but PBC just struck a deal with Amazon, so their first card is on the 30th of this month.
So PBC is the conglomerate that's owned by Al Heyman, right?
Yep.
Okay. And who owns DAZN?
I think.
And what is
it's
DAZN?
between
is that a station?
It's like an app, but like
it's an app.
De La Hoya, De La Hoya's fighters fight on it. Eddie Hearn's fighters fight on it. So it's like different promotions fight on the clubs.
Yeah, I mean, because there's always kind of been a rule in that regard that nobody was going to be completely exclusive to any one of these people, and then it had kind of more of a open. You didn't want people, but see, that's where they kind of fucked the whole world. And I know Al Heyman, and he's just a smart businessman, but they're trying to close the gaps of that. You know what I mean? So they have more money, more control of it. Everybody, I guess, in this weird ass world we live in, like, was worried about power like that. I don't really get it. It's more fair when everybody gets a shot because we're fair and that's how we do things. I don't know. It seems like everything's gotten smaller. So when people do pay-per-view events, that shit used to be run by HBO and Showtime too. So who's doing the pay-per-view events now?
I mean,
like what company?
It's like the PBC, the Amazon thing is pay-per-view.
Okay.
They're still doing. They're doing, like I said, they're doing a pay-per-view on the 30th. Then they're doing one in May. and then in June. So the PBC still do pay-per-views, but like I said, they just struck a deal with Amazon, so this would be their first card at the end of the month. So
Amazon Prime, like Amazon Prime.
Yep.
Okay, so that's where they're gonna air the fights.
Yeah, that's like the only network they have right now since Showtime closed its doors.
All right, so let me ask you this: is the two biggest boxing promotional companies in boxing still Golden Boy and Top Rank?
Yeah, they're still up there for sure.
Top Rank still doing their thing. Who do they got?
Yes, sir.
Who do they got?
Top Rank got Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney was with them, but he moved over to Eddie Hearn now. But
what happened to Canelo? Did he start his own shit?
Who?
Canelo used to be a Golden Boy, but he left Oscar, right?
Yeah, he's been like back and forth. He was with PBC. Yeah. He was with PBC. Then they're saying he was signed to DAZN with Eddie Hearn. Now he went back to PBC. So
yeah, he's doing what Floyd did right at first, which is just like get unattached to anybody and then make the other opponent do all the promotion work for you, which was smart at first. I love that. He's gonna have to end up somewhere, I guess. So does Oscar have all his fights on all these different TVs? DAZN. I guess there's not that many. There's DAZN.
Yeah, Oscar's just doing it on DAZN right now.
Oh shit. Yeah. So everything's getting more like. That's crazy. Yeah. That's wild. Yeah, so what do you think? So what do you think? Ryan Garcia is the one that's crazy when he's talking about Oscar, or do you defend that we don't know what he's saying is true about Oscar? And what did he even say about Oscar?
Well, when Ryan Garcia lost to Tank last year, they did a post conference and everything. Oscar De La Hoya didn't show up.
He usually always shows up to all of his big fighters press post conferences. Yeah, so usual for him to sometimes miss somebody's shit.
Yeah, so like when you take a loss like that was his first loss on the biggest stage, and your promoters don't show up, neither your trainers. So De La Hoya kind of ditched him.
But in order for me to judge the situation, I want to know how many times that's ever happened before. Like, has Oscar ever done that to anyone else before? What's his track of doing shit like? He's never done that. You don't remember any time where he's ever not showed up for somebody's press event?
Yeah, he's never done it. But here's what I heard. I heard that he was telling Ryan not to sign a contract because they had all these stipulations in the contract. From rematch clause, weight clause, like all this stuff.
Okay, so Oscar was saying, "Look, I know more about the business than he does. I was trying to save him. I was trying to tell him, look, you don't want all this." Okay, and that I believe because Oscar is way more business savvy, most likely.
Yeah,
I mean, for a fact, Ryan Garcia has no. But Oscar's a veteran at running this boxing shit. So I actually believe him when he says that. But I don't necessarily believe him when they act like he might not be possibly evil in with them people. We're going to have to figure it out eventually. But I do know that I ride with Ryan Garcia till I die because I've been right where he's been, and I just feel for him. I'm kind of worried about him because he's just got to just stop. He's just got to just chill out and he needs to do this. I don't like telling people what they need to do, but if he did this, it would work. Like, stop talking and just listen, and that's it. And just assess everything for a while. Hush until you heal. Figure it out. Because I've been right where he's at, and it don't get no better if you keep like making yourself look mentally unstable. Is how it's gonna always be viewed, no matter what. If you're talking shit that's not common knowledge and takes a while to even like have to break through like different false belief systems and shit to even get to something that resembles the truth. You know what I mean? It's like, you can't, these type of things, you just have to like, you know what I mean? I just hope he's all right, bro. And I just hope he's all right because it's always just going to look bad for him. He hasn't been real like, he's been kind of quiet for this last couple of days, right? Like last week. When's the last time he was really like tweeting crazy and shit like that?
Man, he's been tweeting crazy like pretty much all
even week, yesterday, man. He was still tweeting crazy?
I'm not sure about yesterday, but he's got a lot of different videos that he's posted where he's saying all this crazy stuff. But
yeah, listen, that's what I won't say. He's posting a whole bunch of stuff that, to your frame of reference and understanding of the world you live in, seems like something that's not possibly real. But real talk, that's listen, because I'm here to tell you, I was out there, bro. I was just out there. It's just there's some weird like earthly, like biblical, like things behind the scenes happening, like in this world, bro. And at the end of the day, as long as I feel like all I do is spread love and not fear-based, negative things and I just spread love. That that's what all that's needed. Once we all do that, we win. Oscar, we don't know yet about you. We're gonna have to figure it out. We're gonna stick Ryan Garcia on it next month when he feels a little better and tell us what's going on with you, bro.
Yeah, but like I said, man, Oscar saying is that Ryan was just going to pull the biggest trolling that the world has ever seen. So I mean,
no, if Oscar had legitimate like clauses that he could bring up in reference, I was like, look, I was trying to school the kid, ding ding ding. Then I do actually believe him because that's a real piece of evidence in that sense. But at the end of the day, I just feel for Ryan Garcia so much. I'm rooting for him. So here's the thing: nobody thinks he can actually beat Haney, huh?
I don't, man. I'll say I don't know who's giving Ryan a shot, but I don't think. I mean, they fought 6 times in the amateurs. I think each of them won 3.
You wild. See, I never said that. If I was gonna bet, maybe I would have to think about it more of a logical standpoint. But yes, the fuck he can. With all this shit going on and everything, he could take all this like negative and things that are gonna come at him that aren't gonna be in his favor, bro. And he could flip that shit into something positive because everybody has that ability to change the energy in themselves and change the energy of all the stuff around him and manifest exactly what he wants. He could be Haney. You wanna know why? Because he'll be maybe hopefully that day like much more humble than Haney. I don't know. Is Haney like a humble dude? I haven't seen a lot of interviews with him. Is he always flashy? He's a Mayweather fighter, right?
Yeah, I mean Haney used to be under Floyd, but I don't think him and Floyd are like. I don't think him and Floyd are like cool like that. I think because they're saying Floyd's the one that really leaked this footage. I mean, I'm not sure, but that's what I heard.
You said who leaked it?
They're saying Floyd Mayweather is the one that leaked it or something.
That's because Floyd don't give a fuck. He's the king of all this shit that we're talking about.
So they're saying like when another fighter comes up and has a shine, Mayweather always try to make it about him, even though he don't fight no more. Like he always try to stay relevant. So I'm hearing he's the one that leaked footage.
Listen. See, this is where I come from, bro. Okay, then have fucking respect for your OGs that help bring you up and just like placate to that and make sure that he does stay relevant and keep and make sure that you stay humble and don't be a little bitch and have these. This is what I'm talking about. These boxers are so tough to be here, but they don't actually have no type of man shit. It's like they have all these flaws of how they like deal with situations. Bro, Floyd. When I was watching boxing and gave a shit about boxing, you got me hyped thinking about it. The only reason I care about boxing is because of Floyd Mayweather. I saw him on that first 24/7 with Oscar on HBO and fucking was like, what the fuck? And then I just was literally obsessed and then it became my main hobby, my passion, and then my job. And immediately I knew everything about boxing, and that was all because of Floyd Mayweather, because they were selling it and all like he was the best in the world and better than it. But see, as the years went on, that shit was really true. Like you can watch him fight. Nobody can fight like Floyd Mayweather that we've ever seen on television. You can say about these old guys, and real talk, he is the best to ever fucking do it. And I'm not saying that he always picked the right opponent at the right time because he didn't necessarily do it, but that was because he was also just weighing in and balancing the fact that he had to make motherfuckers sure. See, because he couldn't just like see. This is a crazy conversation. Because if I'm talking about Floyd, he couldn't have had that same shit happen to Prince Nassim Hamed. It'd have fucked everything up because Floyd banked the whole business on the fact that he's the best ever. He can and never lost and never will lose and always win. So if he lost, that would kind of fuck everything up. See, Nassim didn't really seemingly like have all that like packed into his shit. But if Floyd would ever lost, this shit would not work. So he was just really, really smart and selective while at the same time, bro, beating everybody. And make it look like some of these people, bro, he made it look like they wasn't even boxing. He made Canelo look like he ain't never boxed before when Canelo was young. But see, Canelo didn't take that like a little bitch. He after Floyd retired, he became the best boxer ever. Why? Because he had the experience of being in there with Floyd Mayweather. That's what you got to do. Like that, I'm so upset that Nassim Hamed lost to Barrera and then just was like, oh, like embarrassed and went to fucking and ate all these cookies. He was fucking amazing. We can't be letting that happen to people. I don't think Floyd wouldn't have been able to fucking go through that, but at the same time, Floyd's the best to ever do it. If I was me in this situation, I'd be like, okay, so Floyd wants to. What do you mean by make him? I mean, he's going to interject maybe a little here or there when necessary or quickly, but Floyd's not real disrespectful about taking people's press time away. Haney's just honestly just being a little bitch about it, honestly. I hope Ryan Garcia beats his ass. I thought he was still with Floyd. And Tank used to be with Floyd, but they're not together no more too, right?
Well, they had like a little disagreement or something about something, but I mean, to my knowledge, he's still under Floyd.
Oh, word.
but like they had a
and
disagreement about something.
And that means PBC under Al Heyman or Floyd or is a different company, or just training.
I mean, it just seems like all right. Mayweather has TMT, but it don't seem like Mayweather really has any fighters. But all I know is like
TMT a promotional company, or is that just like boxing gyms and training services and shit like that? See, I just don't know about his business. I'm not privy to his business. Somebody else put on in a comment and tell us, but I just don't know what that is. What is the money? What is the money team? Because I thought he's also got the TBE brand and he's got the Mayweather boxing brand. He's got the Mayweather boxing gyms all around the country. There's one in Cheyenne. I seen one, and that's under the name, I believe, like Mayweather Boxing. Then he's got TMT. I don't know what that is. If that's his promotional company, I thought he was under Al Heyman and they did business together. I didn't think there was two separate boxing promotional companies, but maybe there is. What do I know?
Yes, it's really tricky.
I'll be asking tough questions that nobody knows the answer to. Somebody answer that question for me. Is Floyd and Al Heyman in business together under one umbrella of one boxing promotional company, or did they both have separate boxing promotional companies? Call your boy, what's his name that was on with us last time, and ask him, because he knows. Somebody knows out there, bro. They're gonna give us the answer. What time is it? 8:16. You want to keep going, or you want to go to bed? Or you gotta be to work in the morning.
Yeah, man. I gotta be to work at 5. So I mean, like we've been on for an hour strong. So
real talk, yeah. Mike left us and we came through and held it down anyway.
Yeah, man. We'll make it happen another day.
Now let's just tell him like a week or two in advance, and I'll keep in touch with him because I got some other stuff talking about. I mean, I'll just make sure that we start really doing this because look, I always knew this about the situation. I was like, why hasn't Ty gotten some giant names on his shit because of the resources that I gave you? Like Mike had, between Mike Tyner and God forbid Vic and these and Scully, you can get. There's nobody in boxing that won't talk to these people. They're so close. It's a close knit group of people, bro. You're gonna have Mike Tyson on here after he fights. What's his face? You gotta get your numbers up a little bit first so we don't look crazy.
For sure, man. For sure.
All right, bro. Go to bed, man. Listen, we should do it again soon.
All right, yeah, we'll make something happen, man.
You got me all hyped up and excited about boxing again.
Yeah, man. We got a lot of exciting bouts coming up, man. So like the next couple of months is it's gonna be busy with a lot of fights for sure.
Yeah, actually, I'm getting so excited about boxing again. Real talk. I'll probably if you got room, I'll go live with you when Haney fight my man Ryan because I'm kind of invested in the outcome of that now emotionally. I'm so close to Ryan, what his plight, what he's going through, and know like what he needs to do and shit, but you can't tell him. And it's like I just really want to see him win. Especially now that you said that, and you're like, I don't think he can be. Fuck that, Ryan Garcia all day home. And you better come in there with all the heart because here I am talking about and beat him.
My guy Chris going with Ryan. So like, I just think this is like Devin Haney's just been fighting some good guys, and he's been beating all of them. And he's been looking impressive. So I just base this based on
logic,
last couple
logic and reality. That's how you're supposed to base your bets on. When I say I want Ryan Garcia to win, that's like a heart thing. I don't know much about it, but I do know that Haney probably, from what I understand, was a more technical, like better, like fighter under Mayweather and shit. Probably like a better. Well, answer me this: which one of is naturally smaller? Which one of them is moving weight classes?
Well, Haney actually just moved up to 140, so he was the smaller guy, but he's a big guy.
And where was Ryan at that time? 140.
Yeah, I think Ryan was at 140. 130. Ryan was like 135, 140. Yeah.
So he stepped up recently, but Ryan is right where he's supposed to be at. So Ryan's naturally probably bigger.
Yeah, Ryan should be naturally bigger, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Ryan Garcia all day. Talking about SoCal, Riverside County.
I will say this though.
County, where he's at, I think. Yeah. I'm gonna see him beat Haney's ass just because I don't know. I just want to see him come back from all this negativity and just be like, dang, I love it. Hey, when is it? What day? April what?
April 20th.
Okay. Where hopefully we'll go live that day, bro.
Yeah, I would say this though. Devin Haney chin is a little shaky, and Ryan got crazy power, and he's got a crazy hook. So I mean, we can be in for a good fight, man. So,
I guarantee you, honestly, that we'll be in for a good fight because if Ryan Garcia wins or loses, he ain't coming in there to lay down. He's gonna give some type of excitement. He understands how to get it moving. He understands how important that is. Ain't no worse than a boxer to go in there and be like boring and not do what they like need to do to make it something at all. I guarantee Ryan, he ain't got that type of. He's gonna go in there and he's gonna fucking try to take his head off. Honestly, I hope he does too.
I mean, aside from him posting all these crazy videos, he's also posting videos of him training and stuff too. So it's like he's doing a little bit of
real
both,
talk.
man.
That's how. Okay, so all right. So now let me bring you into my line of thought. So if that's the case, and you see that that's logical, I wouldn't be so quick to call the other shit crazy. I would just say, "Oh, that's some shit I might not be exactly familiar with and don't necessarily buy into at this point in time in my life." But if you call someone crazy, like Dave Chappelle said, it's dismissive. You're only really saying it because you come from a different perspective and understanding, different life experiences, different level of enlightenment, honestly. And you just don't know certain shit. You just different shit. You know what I mean? That's what it is. And at the end of the day, I would never say anything. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something right now. But I lived at it. Ain't nothing he's saying crazy. He might be like saying some wild shit he shouldn't be saying. He might be not articulating and wording his self right, and maybe even coming back and you know, fixing some shit or whatever. You know what I mean? But ain't none of the stuff he's talking about crazy to me. What quick thing you said is crazy to you?
You gotta watch it. Yeah, you just gotta watch the videos, man.
He's talking about. I know what he's talking about. He's talking about the same shit Cat Williams talking about, the same shit that, God forbid, sometimes I talk about. He's talking about the powers that be that run this world that's evil as fuck, that be out there in California, where he's from, that took him to Bohemian Grove. That shit's real. Alex Jones told us that fucking 20 years ago. He ain't saying nothing crazy. I guarantee you that if he says with his heart and he's in tears that experience happened to him, goddamn, I'm sure it did. I don't know if he exaggerates or this or that. Also, let me tell you something else. Your perception can be skewed and messed with very easily with seeming things that you don't think are seemingly possible. So this might sound crazy to you, bro. Just depending on what the vibration frequency, you know what I mean? Being in your vicinity can completely change your behavior, line of thought, trajectory, everything. So all type of things in this universe can be altered to make our perceptions differ from one another, have each other calling each other crazy. But he ain't saying nothing crazy, bro.
Yeah, like I said, man, like I said, like Oscar said, it's all an act. So like I said, man, we got a month, and like the only thing we can do is wait to April 20th.
Okay, wait. So Oscar's writing all this shit off as an act and promo for the fight.
That's what Oscar's. It's a video with Oscar saying.
That would work. Now, you know what? Props to Oscar, because you know what? That's the perfect thing to say. That's the most perfect thing to say. Don't listen to him. He's just fucking selling the fight, and you know what? He is. Because I didn't give a fuck about boxing before this. Ha! It's really just because I talked to you and stuff, and just some other things that happened. But at the end of the day, it was one of the couple little events that kind of like have brought me back and kind of get like caring about the sport again. You know what I mean? So I he's right. He is selling the fight because I'm gonna watch that motherfucker. Now I'm gonna go live and talk about it now. That's how excited I am about the fight. So Oscar's right as shit. And I love the whole situation. I can't wait now, actually. I'm excited to be the motherfucker about that fight. Devin Haney, you going down, homie.
We got a month, man. So we ain't got too much longer.
Is that the biggest fight in the next month, or is there something before that?
I mean, well, on the 30th, we had Keith Thurman versus Tszyu, but Thurman just had an injury, so that's not going to happen. But I didn't really consider it that big of a fight because
that's not really because that's a comeback fight. Or I love Keith Thurman.
Yeah, he's been inactive for 2 years, and now he just had an injury, so that's not happening. But and now in May we got Canelo and Jaime Munguia, so that's another big fight there. And then Tyson Fury, Usyk, that's in May as well. So you got
these people like Keith Thurman. They're gonna humble themselves, like I said, not take it to heart, and realize that at this point they're like they could be a gang ass gatekeeper. Like you could win some fights and get some hard people, still like hold your reputation. You know, and be a badass gatekeeper. Like a lot of these gatekeepers we love, you know, but they got some losses. You don't really necessarily know if they're gonna win. You know what I mean? They might, you know what I mean? But they have exciting fights and we love them and shit. He's one of those dudes. Keith Thurman's I love Keith Thurman. Just as a fighter, he was badass. I don't care how many losses he's got, as long as he's still not too old and not too fucked up. You know what I mean? Let him make his money, I guess.
Yes.
But it's not as big as this. You're right. I don't know if I'll be worried about that one. Honestly, no offense, Keith, but we don't even know you got hurt, so it don't matter. But yo, for sure, if I don't talk to you, well, I'll talk to you before that. But yeah, I definitely want to link with you for that, bro. If you want to go to bed, go to bed. It's like 8:30.
Yeah, man. Like we'll try to make something happen with Mike again. So
no, we'll definitely do it. We'll just plan it in advance. So we'll plan for a month from now, and then we'll just keep that plan, that date. You know what I mean? Like the professionals do it.
All right, bro. Give us your social media. We close it out.
All right, look. Which you want me to hit my leave button, or am I gonna wait around?
You good, bro?
Talk to you soon.
All right. You guys just witnessed another episode on the In This Corner podcast. You know where I'm at, man. Facebook, Ty Finney, Instagram, The Legend 3347. I probably will be back, on the 30th to cover Fundora and Tszyu, also the undercard between Rolly and Pitbull. So, stay tuned for that. Me, Chris G, my guy Shane Solis, we definitely going to be on to cover that fight. So you guys just witnessed another episode on the In This Corner podcast. On that note, I'm out. Peace.